In a move that has taken many, including me, by surprise, the province of Ontario has passed a new rule for those international medical graduate doctors applying for residency in the 2026 match cycle. The province said if you're applying through Carmss, you're not eligible for the R1 cycle of residency matching unless you have done 2 years of high school in the province of Ontario. Seriously? In this video, I'm going to share all the details with you, and let's do this together. Hi there, I'm Dr. Rajiv Iyer. I'm a double board certified doctor working in the USA for many years. I used to live and work in Canada before. I also was a permanent resident of Canada. Based on this, I have guided many hundreds of doctors like you. Here is what I don't understand. Canada is struggling with so much shortage of doctors, and they're building so many different pathways to bring international talent. And suddenly, out of the blue, they make a rule saying that if you're applying in the province of Ontario, as an IMG, you cannot do it without 2 years of high school. So basically, they're saying if you're a non-Canadian IMG, get lost. We don't want you in Ontario, in other words. But they're okay with Canadian IMGs who actually have completed their high school in Canada and then have decided to go outside Canada to do their training. Obviously, there are two faces to this coin. One from a Canadian perspective, the other from an IMG perspective. I'm curious to hear what your comments are about this new policy that the Ontario has made. Now, the requirement for high school is you must have completed at least 2 years, and in those 2 years you must have done at least 2 semesters per year. Now, if for some reason you could not stay in Canada because you're a child of a Canadian diplomat, you were in Canadian Armed Forces, and you were posted by the government outside of Ontario due to other reasons, then you're exempt. But this exemption I don't see on the policy website for international medical graduate doctors. In fact, Ontario forms a huge bulk of the Canadian residency program. There is the prestigious University of Toronto, there is Kingston, there is Ottawa, there is London in Ontario. So there are huge programs in the province of Ontario, and there are many IMGs who have been struggling obtaining PR. Then what are these IMGs supposed to do? Excluding one category of people. Is that really fair, Ontario? Have you thought about this? The justification from the province is that most R1 iteration spots are not filled, so they would then open the R2 iteration for those IMGs who have not done high school in the province of Ontario. Seriously? Sure, there are some unfilled spots, but R1 takes up majority of the spots, isn't it? And what are IMGs left with? Basically nothing, don't you think? Or very minimal number of spots? You may have a fantastic candidate. Now let me pick the example of a neurosurgeon. Someone has already done neurosurgery from a system that is equal to Canada. Like for example, let's say someone is coming from the UK or Australia, where Canada recognizes them directly through the approved jurisdiction route. And if this candidate wants to do residency in Canada, you basically cannot. Oh sure, you can go through the approved jurisdiction pathway, but you may be interested in doing residency. I'm sorry, we can't take you in. You didn't do a high school in Ontario. Great. If you feel you're stuck in life, you need our guidance, you can always go to our website www.imgsecrets.com and obtain an appointment with me so we can sit and talk what other options exist for you. Next, I encourage you watch this video where I have mentioned the 7 different pathways of how you can be a doctor in Canada. Sure, one is residency. There are also many other potential pathways for eligible international medical graduate doctors. Any questions, do post in the comments below. Take care, stay safe. I'll talk to you soon.